Hello. Today's topic is how to create and use an academic word kit. And the credit for everything I'm going to be talking about today goes to Linda Berry and Ebony Flowers, who developed this together and taught it to me in a workshop called Drawbridge that I attended in the summer of 2016. So in order to make your academic word kit, you're going to need some index cards, just about 15, regular size. You'll start by taking 5 of those cards and cutting them in half, like this. The idea is basically that you want 2 different sizes of cards because you're going to have questions and words, and you want to be able to just easily distinguish which card is which. So with your small cards, once you have them, you should have about 10. Write down keywords that are related to your research. So for me, I'm working on a project related to academic work and the body and illness. And so I have words like illness, discourse, mind, hierarchy, diagnosis. And then it's also great to throw in a few words that are unrelated to your research, because part of the idea here is that you're just trying to kind of set your mind free from the usual tracks that it takes when thinking about this stuff. So I have words like lizard and, what's one of the other? Monster, fantasy, kids. They don't really have much to do with my research, but I threw them in. So on the 10 regular sized cards, you're going to write questions, and each one is going to have a blank in it that's eventually going to get filled with one of your words. So I'm going to list a bunch of the different questions that I got, some that I made up, some were given to me by Linda and Ebony and other participants in the Drawbridge workshop. You can make up your own questions as well. You just want to make them interesting and not completely straightforward, because again, we're trying to let our mind take different pathways. So one of my favorite questions is, what is the opposite of blank? Some others that I like is uncertainty about blank useful, or tell a lie about blank. You could personify the concept, and you might ask, what animal does blank remind you of the most? You might ask, how is blank like a monster? What does blank want? You could get abstract. Does blank live in our minds? Or why can metaphors be a problem with blank? So eventually you'll have about 10 questions and 10 words. And so you can use these in any writing session and in a variety of different ways, and I'll make some other videos to show other ways that you might use the cards. But the basic idea is, when it's your writing time, pull out one question and one word. So mine here, what makes the body so alluring? Your question might be something like, what is the opposite of illness? Or what does a diagnosis want? Does mind live in our minds? Is uncertainty about lizards useful? Your question could, of course, just a random pairing of your questions and your words. And the first thing that you'll do is set a timer for 2 minutes and go ahead and draw a picture that expresses an answer to the question, or whatever comes to mind when you have this question. After you finished your drawing, then it's time to write. So you'll set your timer for however long you want. I think no less than 5, and for me, usually no more than 10 minutes is about right. And then you'll just write and answer whatever comes to mind when you think about that question. This is the same as all of our free writing. So don't rush, but also don't stop. Don't overthink it. You don't want to let your pen lift from the paper for more than a few seconds. Just keep on writing whatever comes to mind. You're really just trying to see what comes up. And when you finished writing, then you're going to cap it off with another drawing. So set your timer for 2 minutes and do a new drawing that's based on your question and what you just wrote. If you have other people available and you want to do this together, it can be really fun. You might all want to write about the same question. You might all write about different questions. And it's really fun if people can take turns reading what they wrote and ask other people to make you a 2-minute drawing based on whatever stuck in their mind from what you just read out loud to them. So I hope that you find this useful, and check out the blog post for more examples of questions that you might use, and let me know how it goes.